559-2071. And remember, it's your choice on which facility you choose, so call or come by Smart Physical Therapy today.
Smart Physical Therapy, located in Jesup at 1251 South 1st Street. Give them a call at 912-559-2071.
Afraid your next truck trade might be a flop? Better get to Bexley and Stop, Shop, and Swap, where we chop, chop, chop.
Call me Woody George Washington Folsom. I left the cherry trees alone, but I did chop prices. It's truck month at Woody Folsom Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're doing Ram 1500s at 0 for 60. Non-stop chopping, baby. Talk to me.
If you've got a steady job and can fog up a mirror, better get to Bexley, where we work with you and for you. We're long and strong with heavy-duty trucks, too. If you've got a tough job to do, ram it.
Woody Folsom Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is home of the fastest-growing truck brand in America.
Billy G's spot on. He's doing 0 for 60 on Town & Country, Grand Caravan, Renegade, and Cherokee. Then we start shopping. Check us online at woodyfolsomcdjr.com or just walk right in. Crank one up, and we'll drop, job, and swap. Bring any deal, beat it, and we'll beat it in Bexley. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for the day.
Local news on WIFO.
It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news, location of the meeting which the Corps of Engineers has been decided. Location is going to be Coastal Pines Technical College Auditorium. The meeting date and time still the same, Wednesday, March 16th at 7 p.m. But again, the location has been locked in. It'll take place at Coastal Pines Technical College Auditorium. Once again, the public invited to hear what the Corps of Engineers has to say and also what is presented by the county to the Corps of Engineers. Wayne County hopes to fight the proposed rail yard at the landfill by Republic with science, as the City Commissioners voted unanimously to spend up to $7,000 for that research. County scheduled a similar meeting for this past Monday, but due to lack of a quorum, no meeting held, and thus far no date for a meeting by the County Commissioners has been set. On Monday, we were able to catch up with the County Attorney, Andy Beaver, who's looked over the county's contract with Republic. He agrees with the City Attorney, Michael Connor, that science is the best approach at this time. County, though, according to their Chairman, Kevin Copeland, are in a bad position at this time when it comes to the contract with Republic, contract that the current chairman isn't happy with. Here he was at Friday's city meeting discussing the county's position and his opinion when it comes to that contract.
Our attorney, and I would love to have that double checked. I don't mean that in anything, but more opinions I can give, the better. That if we do anything at all, it's like Commissioner House said, if we take any legal action at all, it will void that agreement. And I will say this for the record, and each one of you know me, that I'm not a person that likes to blame previous boards or anything. I don't think they understood what they were doing. But that is, excuse my language, but that is the piss poorest contract I have ever seen in my life. I'm floored that they ever signed anything like that. And you can put me on the record and I'll tell every one of them. But guys, where the county's at right now, and I want, if Derby, if you write this, if Bob, you write this, and I want our citizens to know, it has nothing to do with investing this $5,000 to $7,000. I personally, if it goes forward, as a citizen, am going to give some to this cause. But we have been advised by our attorney that any action will violate that Republic. As soon as we take any action, Republic can violate that agreement. That means all citizens automatically will be paying for trash pickup. That means we'll have to have an emergency meeting. That means everybody's taxes are going to skyrocket.
Again, those comments of Chairman Kevin Copeland this past Friday at this city meeting. The county's position at this time appears to be that if they do anything to void the current contract with the Republic, company, if they so desire, to kick Wayne County out of the landfill, force the county to have to find an alternate location to haul their garbage to, which would be a huge expense to the budget, which would simply be passed on to the residents of Wayne County. Here's County Attorney Andy Beaver on Monday giving us his thoughts about the current contract status with Republic.
It is to some extent, Bob. Obviously, there's a lot of gray area in everything you talk about in these matters, especially with contract situations. I can tell you it's a point that as the county attorney, I'm at least showing the commissioners the option that if you do this may be a potential breach of the contract. And the contract I'm referring to is the 2005 amended host and operations agreement between the county, the Solid Waste Authority, and Republic Services out there. So that is something that is being discussed with the commissioners.
So just we're clear, 94, the original agreement was just household garbage, 13 counties around the area. In 2005, the language was changed to bring it in from any county in the state of Georgia and any other state in the United States. Is that correct? And
that's right. Under one of the agreements, actually, the definition of the approved area was changed, and it incorporated not only the state of Georgia, but also any of the other states.
So that seems to be the issue right now. They're bringing it in from anywhere they want to, and they have a contract to do that. Of course, everybody's concerned about the rail yard being constructed. That's what they're trying to fight. The city attorney on Friday stated the best way to fight this is through science. Just want to make sure you and him are on the same page. He says y'all have been in communication and have been discussing this issue.
We have. I've been in contact with Mr. Connor. I've also, myself and Mr. Connor were involved in a conference call with a couple other attorneys that have a little bit more experience than both me and him in fighting these environmental issues. We've been in contact with one another, and I think it's a consensus among the group to fight these sort of permits. If you were going to try to fight the approval process, what you got to have is obviously they've got a range of statistics talking about, the wetlands impact and many other areas that involve federal law. You've got to have your own statistics to prove that those statistics are not entirely accurate. And one of the main ways that you go about doing that is hiring your consultants and whatnot to actually provide that data for you. And that's kind of where we're at this stage.
Right now, they state the fear is if the county takes any type of action, Republic could call that breach of contract and kick them out of the landfill and make them take their garbage somewhere else or charge them an expensive fee. Is that your concern as well at this point?
Again, I'm not going to say that is totally not possible. Based on some of the readings of these contracts, it could be interpreted that way. Again, a lot of this is up for interpretation, but I do think at a minimum it's something that should be taken into consideration by the county, especially by the Board of Commissioners. Again, that's a concern and consideration that other people that would have the same standard to fight the permitting process doesn't have, that the Board of Commissioners does have.
And once again, those are comments of Andy Beaver, the county attorney, this past Monday. Once again, the location of the meeting with the Corps of Engineers has been decided. Location will be Coastal Pines Technical College. The meeting date and time, once again, Wednesday, March the 16th at 7 p.m. City Commissioners met last night at City Hall. We'll come back and take a look at that meeting, other news items right after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
For over 60 years, Altamaha Federal Credit Union has been a part of our community. Folks you know and trust, always here when you need us. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary by bringing you better ways to handle your money, by updating our system and implementing great new features and benefits to you, like an automated phone number that allows you quick, safe, and easy access to your account 24/7, the ability to transfer funds and send money to anyone with just a few simple steps, the security of e-statements, no more hard copies through the mail, and you can set up text alerts that give you instant information about your account. Here's to another 60 years of making life easy for our members. More community involvement and continuing to be more efficient, safe, secure, stronger, and better than ever. Drop by anytime or visit us online at altamaha.org and join us today to reap the benefits of a financial institution that's run by hometown people with a hometown attitude towards service. Come home to Altamaha Federal Credit Union, Jesup, Ludowisi, and Scriven.
It's tax time and your tax refund goes twice as far at Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Jesup. I'm Chad Neesmith and our Double Down event is backed by popular demand. Choose any used vehicle on our lot today and we'll double your down payment up to $1,500. That's right, turn a $1,500 down payment into a $3,000 down payment instantly. We've got an incredible used car selection on our lot right now. Just in, low mileage pre-owned vehicles under $20,000 are up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. At Neesmith Chevrolet in Jesup, we go the distance to give you every reason to buy your next used vehicle from us. You won't find a better selection, bigger value, or lower price on a used car guaranteed. We give you top dollar for your trade at Neesmith and Jesup. Credit challenges are never a challenge. We get you financed quickly. Come and see us today and double your down payment up to $1,500 on Highway 341 in Jesup and online at NeesmithJesup.com. Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC. Find new roads.
Jesup City Commissioners met Tuesday, first for a public hearing, discussed their wastewater treatment plant capacity. They'd like to increase that capacity to help with economic development for the city of Jesup. Discussions will continue as the city will look at cost and move forward with that project. At 7 p.m., under old business, a discussion about the coal ash update. City Attorney Michael Connor again outlining for those in attendance the measures in place to hopefully stop the business Republic from building a rail yard by the landfill to bring in the tons of coal ash. The meeting with the Corps of Engineers again set for March 16th at 7 p.m. at Coastal Pines Technical College Auditorium. City Commissioners voted last Friday in an emergency meeting to fund up to $7,000 for specialists to be at the meeting to fight the issue with science, biologists, geologists, hydrologists, all being hired by the city to fact find and be on hand at the meeting with the Corps of Engineers to present their findings. Under new business last night, the Commissioners got their audit report from Chris Harris, heard the annual report on the police department from Chief Glenn Takaki. tabled the awarding of a MLIG contract, which stands for Land Management Grant. They approved the bids on 3 police sedans for the city police department, and they discussed fining those who are caught illegally dumping trash and debris on the side of the road. Average fine, they state, could be up to $500. City is encouraging anyone who witnesses this taking place to contact police or City Hall and report the illegal dumping so that it can be stopped. The convenience center has reopened and is operating here in the city limits of Jesup. Finally, the city meeting, the Classic Cruiser Annual Car Show, coming back this year. The date set for April 23rd in downtown Jesup, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And mark the date on your calendar. And that's a look at your city's meeting with the city commissioners. Reminder, the State Route 169 Lanesbridge Road is completely closed. All traffic this week is going to be detoured in the immediate area of the railroad crossing between US 341 and State Route 27 and Sunset Boulevard in the city of Jesup. During this closure, they say detours will be signed as traffic traveling northbound on State Route 169 should turn left onto US 341 and travel 1/2 mile to the intersection of Sunset Boulevard, turn right, and then travel 1/2 mile to State Route 169 where the detour ends. Traffic traveling south on State Route 169 should turn right at the intersection of Sunset Boulevard, travel 1/2 mile to the intersection of US 341, State Route 27, turn left 1/2 mile to State Route 169 where the detour ends. Georgia DOT crews are installing the road closures in the detour. The roadway will reopen early if the work is completed ahead of schedule, or could possibly be closed longer if the weather delays the work. The existing one-track railroad crossing operated by Norfolk Southern Railroad will be replaced with grade crossing improvements. The area will also be resurfaced once the crossing is replaced, and Georgia DOT is overseeing the roadway resurfacing. Also a reminder, early voting for the presidential preference primary and the Special District 4 school board election continues Monday through Friday up until February 26th at the Wayne County Courthouse. Offices open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. is open during the lunch hour. Early voting rather slow the first week, rather slow this week as well. They're hoping it picks up. If you have any questions about the early voting, simply call the registrar's office at 427-5950. 4 candidates in that school board race. There are Sharon Daniels, Terry Thomas, Candace Gilbert, and Gary Scott. One of those 4 will replace Dick Woodard, who resigned due to him moving out of the county. And currently the school board without a District 4 representative, and that's the purpose for the special election, again to be decided on March the 1st. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor and other commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
For over 60 years, Altamaha Federal Credit Union has been a part of our community. Folks you know and trust, always here when you need us. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary by bringing you better ways to handle your money, by updating our system and implementing great new features and benefits to you, like an automated phone number that allows you quick, safe, and easy access to your account 24/7, the ability to transfer funds and send money to anyone with just a few simple steps, the security of e-statements, no more hard copies through the mail, and you can set up text alerts that give you instant information about your account. Here's to another 60 years of making life easy for our members. More community involvement and continuing to be more efficient, safe, secure, stronger, and better than ever. Drop by anytime or visit us online at altamaha.org and join us today to reap the benefits of a financial institution that's run by hometown people with a hometown attitude toward service. Come home to Altamaha Federal Credit Union, Jesup, Ludowisi, and Scriven.
Advanced Healthcare Center and Spine Institute in Jesup is your complete wellness clinic, serving Wayne County and the surrounding area for over 25 years. Advanced Healthcare combines excellent medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, acupuncture, and massage therapy providers working together as a team to get you well and enjoying life as soon as possible. They have state-of-the-art diagnostic and treatment options on site, including digital x-rays, ultrasound, nerve testing, durable medical equipment, laboratory, and much more to properly diagnose and treat your condition effectively. They accept most all major insurance plans, motor vehicle and workman's comp injury cases, and provide same-day appointments for your convenience. Advanced Healthcare specializes in the treatment of spinal pain, arm and leg pain, joint and arthritis pain, and headaches. Medically supervised weight loss with genuine HCG tablets or prescription medications are available as well. Your health is their business. Advanced Healthcare and Spine Institute in Jesup, Health for Life.
Final notes in the news. Here's another environmental story for you. Representative Buddy Carter, the Republican who represents Georgia's 1st Congressional District, continues to support oil exploration and offshore drilling for Georgia, even as local communities from Savannah to Brunswick oppose it. Carter says, when it comes to energy policy, I've made it clear that I'm an all-of-the-above type guy. He says America has an abundance of natural resources, and we should be utilizing all of them to assure our energy independence. He says, I'm very adamant about that in my beliefs. Last year, the Federal Bureau of Ocean Energy Management released its draft plan to lease ocean land for oil and gas development off the Atlantic coast from Virginia throughout the state of Georgia. An update that could exclude some states in a draft environmental impact statement are expected to be released at any time. The availability of oil and gas leasing is proposed in the Department of the Interior's draft 2017 to 2022 plan has not happened in more than 30 years. Before any drilling starts, exploration would take place with seismic testing, a controversial practice that maps possible oil and gas deposits under the sea floor. The federal government is already considering applications for seismic testing in the southeast, despite concerns raised by scientists about its effect on marine mammals. Carter, whose district includes the 6 coastal counties and all parts of the next inland 11 counties, posted a one-question poll about offshore drilling on his Facebook page recently. It asked, do you support energy development in the Atlantic off the coast of Georgia and the southeast as long as it is done in an environmentally sound manner? Of the more than 1,500 respondents, he says 53% were in favor, 43% opposed, and 4% unsure. But local governments, however, already have weighed in as opposed. Resolutions and proclamations against offshore drilling or seismic testing or both have passed in 100 towns and cities along the East Coast, including Savannah, Tybee Island, Brunswick, St. Mary's, and Kingsland. Carter says he took those Georgia votes into consideration. He says, I think if you look into it, you'll see that just about all of the municipalities, the governments that passed these resolutions were very close votes. But in fact, Brunswick, Savannah, and Tybee Island approved their resolutions unanimously. More resolutions are coming. Woodbine has a resolution opposing Atlantic seismic testing and offshore oil exploration on the March 7th meeting agenda. February 22nd workshop is also scheduled for Liberty County local governments to discuss the topic. Carter was invited but had a prior commitment and is unable to attend, according to his press secretary, Mary Carpenter. Environmental groups have been lobbying Carter to change his stance on this situation. Finally, don't forget the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce wants to invite the community to attend the first State of the County Luncheon to be held on Tuesday, February 23rd at the Paul Scott Polytech Center at Coastal Pines Technical College. Presenting sponsors the Connor Law Group. Guest speakers will be city and county government leaders along with the school superintendent Jay Brinson. Representatives will discuss their goals, challenges, and overall health of the community. They state you will not want to miss out on this opportunity to hear what the local leaders have to say as they clarify important community issues and address concerns that impact business, tourism, and the quality of life in Wayne County. Table sponsorships are available with 8 reserved seats. Tickets are $15 for chamber members, $20 for non-members. The buffet line will begin at 11:30 and the program begins at 12 noon. Registration forms are available at the Chamber of Commerce or by calling the chamber at 427-2028. Again, reservations can be made by calling, or you can go online and get a registration form by going to their chamber website, waynechamber.com. Once again, the date, Tuesday, February 23rd at the Paul Scott Polytech Center, Coastal Pines Technical College. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.
You've been listening to local news on WIFO. It pays to shop the super savings at your local Sears Hometown store in Jesup. Now through Sunday, February 21st, save 40% or more on Kenmore Appliance doorbusters and 20%